Hey, what's up, everyone? How's it going? I'm just fix you guys a little straight. There you go. Alright, today is February 1st. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Alright, today I want to talk about that whole thing with how the streets used to look before people started running around doing fill-ins all over the place. I'm still trying to figure out who would be the first person that really started killing shit with fill-ins in the streets. I mean, I know PJ, Fed, Mady, Fady, and all that on the highways early on. There's a bunch of people like that. You had Fibs, Trap. See, now, I still think, honestly, I think Jaws, TK, and Trap. Yeah. Because they were doing that shit when the trains were still going. No one else really was. And, you know, when they were doing all their tags, they would start to do fill-ins outside the place. But we'll go down that rabbit hole, yeah. Definitely, yeah. We'll figure that shit out. But it goes like this. You know, you would think, but like I say, I always kind of stay in my own lane. I don't really snoop around other people's business, so I really don't know. What I do know is I got married like 1990. 4 years later, I jumped back on the graffiti scene, even though I was doing blockbusters 4 or 5 times a year those years. I'm still active. I have pictures like a pro. But it's like when I was writing graffiti and everything, I get married. It's just everyone's doing tags in the streets. I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures of how the streets used to look, right? Just tags. That's what it was all about. It's my fucking love, man. Tags, man. I love this shit. And I get married, I get divorced, and I come back around. Everything's all fill-ins and shit. I mean, I was living up in the Bronx. I was living up around the Kingsbridge area and stuff. And everything was all fill-ins from then on through. I'd like to know what asshole started that bullshit, man. Fuck my whole game up, man. Definitely threw a monkey wrench in my shit, man. I don't like that shit, fill-ins. It is what it is. Yeah, we're going to look into that one, man. See, I was thinking back now. I remember early on, too. You had this guy, Oni, O-N-Y. He was either from uptown, like Harlem, or the lower Bronx. Because he would do them outlines. They weren't the prettiest looking thing. They were kind of like blockbustery looking. He would do like a weird Martian face or some shit for the O. And he had a lot of shit, man. He even had the goddamn, he was running around doing fill-ins, is what I mean. Like, fill-in like blockbusters. Like, he'd climb up on weird fire escapes and shit, you know? Who else? I remember this other guy, JP. He was out pretty early doing fill-ins. Yeah, that dude Oni, I'm talking about, O-N-Y. I remember once, you know, on 116th Street, like that mafioso shit there on Pleasant Avenue, like the actual club, like where fucking fat Tony Salerno sits and smokes his fucking cigars. That dude Oni actually wrote on that fucking gate. I remember walking by there and shit's bugged. It's like right in the middle of Harlem, like off to the side near the FDR Drive and shit. I remember walking by there when there was no tag on it. I'd be like, yo, someone get killed there right on that shit, yo. And bigger than shit, that dude Oni did it. And they left it. It's probably there right now, today even. I haven't been up there in a long time. But yo, for real, man, that's some funny shit, man. That dude actually wrote on the fucking their fucking clubhouse, like their social club. What was it, the Palermo or Parmo? Those are actually the same exact dudes, like in Carlito's Way. You ever see that movie Carlito's Way? Yeah, those are the same dudes. Like that place used to be mobbed out, man. Pleasant Avenue, 116. I mean, it still is, I guess. I don't know. I'm not Italian, but yeah, what do you have up there? The Purple Gang, the Morellos. Gang, Salerno, Tony Salerno, yeah, the Purple Gang, 116th Street Boys, right? Yeah, it was all mobbed up. And I know little Redhead Joe used to hang out around there with those guys and shit. But yeah, it's interesting shit. But yeah, who else now? All right, SM, Dobie, CERN, another guys that used to do fill-ins early on. Yeah, SM and Dobie, CERN. You got Joves. So a lot of this is Harlem because that's, you know, what I'm exposed to pretty much. Joves had a lot of fill-ins also, with Doc, Aver, Spook, all those guys. And you have Madison Mob, 131. Even like Side and Spawn were doing fill-ins too, and they were getting around. Like they were doing some pretty Side RA. I believe RA. It's kind of somehow wound up becoming affiliated with like Queens, but originally that shit was like Harlem, like with Nikki Side, like Nikki the Greek and shit. Side CIDE. Somehow that winded up with Bruise and NATO in them. But yeah, I'll actually show you pictures. You see RA. There was even a dude that wrote RA also. Can't get it confused. But yeah, RA, those dudes are up a lot. I'm not talking like the reason I made that clear is because I'm talking about Bronx, or like not even the Bronx actually, I'm sorry, but right up Harlem, Spanish Harlem. They were hitting it hard. Hard. I said they were hitting it hard, and then I thought of Hard. And another dude, cool dude, man, I used to hang out with a lot back then. Shop, S-H-O-P, Shop. Shop and Hard. They were doing like straight letter things. But yeah, still, that was kind of confined to just Harlem. But then, think about it, man. Flasher and Pre-Suite. I swear, man, the 80s, man. I used to see them FL fill-ins, man, like on trucks and shit like that. Black outlines, and Pre-Suite would write the tag along the top of it and shit. Yeah, that truck, there was like a couple of trucks that ran around forever like that, man. With Flasher, my boy Flasher, yeah. TR, the Rascals. Shout out, that's my boy. Yeah, poor Pre-Suite, man, rest in peace, man. Yeah. Yeah, I could put a picture on with an RD there too. But no, I want to show you guys how the streets were. It was like everyone was just running around doing tags. And then like, boom, like I swear, like I disappear, I get married, I'm tippy-toeing through the tulips and shit, planning my future. And they fucked graffiti up, man. Them asshole ran around and came up with the idea of doing fill-ins, and everyone copycatted and followed his ass. Yeah. But I really do believe it's Jaws and TK. I believe that, and Trap also, with those T's. Yeah, those things. I mean, like I said, PJ too. PJ's another one. Fucking PJ. I remember PK Note, crossing out PJ. PK Note would do a K over PJ's J. And I remember PJ actually went to PK Note's house and shit, like his actual building he lived in. And like, did a fill-in or some shit like that. I remember. Yeah, it was some wild shit. But yeah, see, it was different, man. Different type of fucking mentality, man. Nowadays, everyone's all like Gandhi and shit, like into love and this and that, man. That's another thing. A lot of you guys say me a hater. Hell yeah, I'm a fucking hater, man. Shoot, damn right. Yeah, you gotta be, man. That's that's what it's all about, man. Yeah, shit, yeah. I'm a big hater, man. But yeah, I'm a hater. I'm a proud fucking hater. Yeah, blah blah. I should put on some pictures of I know this is a boring fucking podcast right now, right? But I'm gonna start getting into some funny shit about me. I'm just trying to really figure out who started them fill-ins. You see, it really did hit its peak. You gotta admit, like with Vifa, MQ, Trake, fucking JA, Cost. When them dudes were going at it, man, them dudes were fucking animals, man. You had Louie, you had Tabor, you had Rick. Jew, but Jew, I don't remember seeing Jew fill-ins. Yeah, you had a bunch of people. Elf Jest from up in the Bronx there, Jest. Yeah, is it the Voodoo Tribe or something? TVT, yeah, I remember that. On the highways a lot too. Yeah. I actually had that same spot where Med and Fady did that big blockbuster. Around that vicinity, I did it with this dude, Wild, my boy Wild. He was a crazy motherfucker, Will. He's still around. I bumped into him about 6-7 years ago. I also did Hillside Bedding in the Bronx. I climbed up on the roof with him. The rooftop, that shit ran for like 20 years almost. Yeah, Wild. I also did Intervale. When that Intervale train station burned down, I remember I was climbing around in that shit with him. It actually burned down, like the 80s, yeah. Intervale train station burned down. I was climbing around. I did the whole thing. There was a Cento there, TFP, Cento. He was there before me. I went with Forum, QV, Chinese Forum from Queens. Yeah, he used to also write Caser. He would hit up Caser tags and Forum tags on the insides. Normally with the double R's. And he would do FO fill-ins. FO, yeah. He did a big forum. Mike was with me. Mike did 173. Mike 173. I did a big ass RD. Yeah. I remember that shit. Yeah, Interval Station, man. That was like, what, shit, I think I was still in high school back then. Nah, I was probably about 20, 21. Yeah, I remember doing that shit in the snow with Mike. We would slide down where the staircase is to go to where the token booth is. Every time the train came by, because the train's not going to stop there. The train station itself burned down, and it's outdoors. And yeah, we figured we'd run over there and do some big fill-ins and blockbusters that we did. Like I said, I also did that place. I actually got chased with Wild up there near the Pelham Bay Parkway. He had people that was up there. Plus we knew a bunch of people. The Mavroiduses moved up there too. Yeah, around like Co-op City and shit like that. We had people up there, so around that area. So I remember on the highway, I was with him, spray painting and shit. Cops came, stopped, and they pulled right up on the grass. It's a huge red wall. Started running the other way and shit. I actually got into a tree. Fuck, the Wild got into a tree too, down further or some shit. Well, he kept going till the wall got lower. He hopped out. But me, I got into a fucking tree, and they kept going after the Wild because they could see him. He was out in the open running. Me, I'd rather run through bushes where they can't see me, and I got ripped up and scarred. But they couldn't see me traveling through the bushes. They might hear me. I might fall down a few times. I'm still making good ground, man. I'm covering good fucking ground, you know. Maybe not as much as him, but yeah. They were kind of on his ass. I actually climbed up a tree and stepped right over, right onto the street up above. I remember that. Yeah, but we finished it, yeah. I mean, we finished it enough where you would be able to read it. I got pictures of that thing, too, in storage. One day I'll put it on. Yeah, I remember that. I wonder what he's up to, man. Wild, crazy old Wild Will. Yeah, he was a funny dude, man. He's a good guy, and I can't say nothing bad about him. Yeah, I just heard F.E. passed away, too, man. F.E., T.F.E. Yeah, he was a good friend of Mikey R.E.'s, man. That's sad to hear, you know. And, you know, rest in peace and shout out and all that stuff, man. Yeah, people are passing away a lot, you know. Yeah, you get up there in age, you know. All right, people, let's wrap it up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just doing this just to do this tonight. We're gonna get back in the mood, man. Right? Wake up. You know what I was just thinking of? I literally just shut this camera off. I was thinking also the Lower East Side had a lot of dudes that were doing fill-ins in the street early on. You had like PR, I think TNS. I remember him having a lot of fill-ins. Rich, RTW. But you know what it is? There was so many layups down there too, man. People just had paint on them a lot down there. There'd be a lot of writers. Yeah, a lot of people. YD would have to fill in down there. Sane Top Crew, FN, FR, VIFA early on too. VIFA, yeah, Downtown Art, DTA, yeah. Early on, he would have some films too during the train era. But I'm trying to think who actually started spreading it out. I believe it was like Easy, Jaws, and I mean, even though Easy didn't really get down with the fill-ins, I believe it would be those guys. You know, while they're hanging out doing tags, you know, watch out for them. They'll do a fill-in right here. Easy, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? They watch out for him. He does a fill-in. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you also got to think now. OE and P13 would run around, but they weren't actually doing fill-ins. I saw that stuff. They would run around. They would have like one cam with them, like a leather brown when they came through my area, like a hunter green when they were on the west side there, near the west side highway. It's like they went up both highways early on, 83, 84. Every so often they would just do an outline. What do they call that nowadays? You guys call them a hollow. Yeah, they had hollows, but still they did it. You know, it's evolved. I mean, look what the graffiti culture, I guess you'd call it, turned into. I mean, that shit's like a multi-million-dollar fucking industry now with spray paint and everything. Man. That shit's like the fucking exercise industry, like the lift-up bra. Or the sports bra, right? You know, the women's sports bra, before that, they had nothing. They'd have to wrap an ace bandage around their titties and shit. You got all types of sport bras and shit's one of the biggest fucking industries on the face of this earth. Big fucking money in that shit. Like sports apparel. Hi, yo, stop fucking with you, man.